So finally we're doing a little bit of walking after a fantastic first time Canicross event for lovely Yogi. It was amazing, absolutely amazing. For anyone who has got a complex dog like mine, give him a job today. He's been brilliant doing Canicross with me for a while now. However, I've never actually taken him to an event, and frankly I was quite nervous. And in fact, at the very start, unfortunately it was quite a rainy day, I did actually think he does not like running in the rain, like many visitors don't, and I did actually think it's going to be awful. As you know, it's amazing how many insecurities you might have, because I just felt really nervous. I know he can pull like crazy. The more kind of I overthink it, the worse it gets, because obviously then you give that anxiousness to the dog, and the dog then being anxious himself kind of feeds off you, and it's not great, to be fair. But having said that, this event was called Run Reigate, and it takes place in a beautiful settings of a very lovely Gatton Park. And Gatton Park has got a fair amount of history to it, but also it works as a school. And I don't know whether it's open to the public normally, but it is basically a beautiful stately home with a lot of land to the front, obviously a lot of land to the back. In the front you have this amazing lake. Clearly someone very wealthy many years ago had just the most stunning view ever of lake, and lovely ducks and swans and whatnot. So the path kind of goes around the lake for the first bit, and then you go at the back of the building where you have a wooded area, and of course you have fields. The school now has plenty of tennis courts and whatnot. There's places where the kids can do sport. So it's really stunning location. It's also cut off from your kind of lovely day-to-day walkers, which means once the event starts, we're all going in one direction. There's nothing worse than doing a canicross, and whilst your dog is really focused on the job, all of a sudden you have a horse coming in the opposite direction, or a walker that just wants to stop and say, oh, what a lovely dog you have. And you know, whilst it's so very lovely, it's really not ideal when he's on a kind of work mode. So having said that, like I said, we started at 8:30, but because my husband was volunteering beforehand, just wait now. Because he was volunteering before that, we had to wait for a little while, and so Yogi and I were huddled behind a tree and trying to keep cover. Good boy, Yogi. And the more dogs came, the more howling, the more barking, the more it was just crazy. And for someone who is trying to keep their dog calm, it was really difficult. I mean, the other thing you don't realize, I suppose, certainly I didn't up to then, is how many people who are doing this a lot, what they tend to do is want to hype up the dog. So there are, all these amazing looking athletes in shorts and, fancy clothes that says fit and strong and amazing, this and that and the other. And all of them are basically with these fantastic dogs. And come on up. Good boy, thank you. And then they have this hounds that are just raring to go. So they get hyped up and it's like, yeah, go. And there is me trying to take deep, long breaths, and go, Yogi, calmer, calmer, calmer. Needless to say, as soon as we started, so they let you go in waves, and so we were at the wave with another 3 dogs, and one of the dogs was just, I've never seen anything like it. I would have personally muzzled a dog like that myself, but he had this big gnashes. It's a small dog with big gnashes, and he was like, it's just like really keen to go, but also a little bit aggressive in my books. Oh God, what an experience. Once we started going, I mean, the first kilometers, there's no other words that I used apart from slowly, no, slow it down, slow it down. It's just like, oh, I don't think I used any other words basically. However, as soon as you clear out into the path and you find a rhythm, it was actually total joy. It was just fantastic, and the scenery really, you kind of go, oh, pinch me, I'm here in this amazing place. And the organization is fantastic. It's so well thought through. There is a real there's so many places you can, like, your dog will have a poo. There's bins everywhere, there's water pots everywhere, there's treats you can get. The organization is fantastic. I am a huge fan of this company, Reigate, and I try to volunteer for them as many times as I can, because they do a great job, and you really do feel that they have your and your dog best interest at heart. We did the first bit, which is around the lake, which was very civilized, but then the second bit, which is, like I said, the wooded area, you go down, and it's quite an undulated route. You go down and it's just mud. I mean, mud galore. It's actually insane. So much mud, so much mad mud. You could not step. I mean, we had to walk that bit because I saw people flying on their bottom, basically. I wasn't gonna, like, my main objective for today is, let's have a good time, let's stay upright. So it was quite crazy. And of course, on that very, very muddy bit, my husband is volunteering. So of course, Yogi sees him and he's like, like, you can see his brain just goes off. So that was quite nice. He was in a good spot, bless him. He was probably in the muddiest part of the route. So before long, we were back to the starting point. So those who did one loop, that was 5k. We had booked to do 10k, so we had to do the loop again, which was wonderful because now, A, I know the route, but B, he knows the route. So amazing how dogs are so tuned. So he actually kind of knew, where to pull, where to walk. And we end up having a fantastic race. At the end, you were greeted with a fabulous medal, both for the dog and for you. I opted for me not to take a medal because that company actually do that, and instead they give money to the Garden Park Trust, which is, again, I'm sure that this place takes a lot of effort and energy and money to keep up. And what I loved about it is there were enough people there to sell you things, I suppose. There were companies that were specializing in Canicrosser stuff, also food for dog companies and things, but it was very chill. So there was nobody actually in your face trying to kind of sell your heart anything. There's a lovely coffee place, and actually, believe it or not, although it started quite rainy, very soon we were just around the lake, maybe a couple of k, and all the clouds lifted and it was some sunshine, and it was just such a perfect end, if you like, to what was a great couple of hours. Wait, wait now. Sorry, we're going through a corner and I don't want him to barge in without me seeing who is there. So, Yogi's first Canicross was definitely a success. I will definitely take him again in an environment, so much so that I actually realized that I have friends who, Yogi, wait. I have a friend who is running a Canicross locally, and they do plenty of events locally in Surrey. Some of them are Cani hikes, which I didn't realize. Some of them are Canicross running events, and that's quite wonderful because I think he will benefit by going with other dogs. He loved that. So just me having to work on my insecurities and anxieties now. I tell you another thing that I loved about it. There were dogs that were muzzled. I think there's such an issue with wait, good boy. There was such an issue of when people see a muzzled dog, it's always this kind of this is a terrible, dangerous dog, and it's not like that at all. It is a responsible dog owner who will have their dog muzzled, and those that were brilliant, just brilliant. There was no ever any craziness, even though the dogs were super hyped up and excited. Anyway, I could waffle a lot, but altogether, fantastic first event. Even though the following morning I woke up and I actually could feel, I run with him all the time, but I suppose I run on my own terms, and so it was, wait, you need to wait now, wait, good boy. So I don't think I ever pushed myself quite as much on this one. Oh, we did reasonably fast 10k, I would say, even though we stopped so many times, he had a poo, and then he had a ball, and he had a treat, and he had this and that. And actually, even so, we did about, I don't know, an hour for 10k. So, I don't know, I would say it's definitely something that I would love to get, but especially that company, I think they know their stuff. And yeah, highly recommend it. I keep saying wait because where I'm walking today is a little bit hilly, but we're going in and out of a road and cars are passing by. He's off lit, so I need to make sure that he's okay whilst I'm waffling here. Thank you for watching. Thank you.